For Frozen Planet 2, the team wanted to film not one but two of the rarest big cats on Earth. Amur leopards and Siberian tigers. With only 120 leopards and 500 tigers left in the wild, living in the freezing forests of the Russian Far East. This is the story of two incredible characters whom without their passion, none of this would have been possible.
И очень сложно снимать их, как говорится, face-to-face. Но для того, чтобы сделать снимки, я использую скрытые камеры.
Sergey has undertaken a project to capture imagery of these elusive cats. He has some help from expert Nikolai Agapov, a researcher who knows the forest well.
Что-то есть особенное в этих деревьях, что неизвестно. Но именно к таким деревьям они подходят, а к другим не подходят. Вот они. Это тигр. Они подходят тоже сюда. Навык охотника такой же, как и у леопарда. Значит, наши мысли с леопардом совпадают.
Sergey and Nikolai offer unrivaled expertise of this incredible landscape.
I'm heading to meet up with Sergey, who his passion for leopards and tigers spans decades. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to learn a thing or two from his knowledge and his expertise to see if we can get leopards or tigers moving through this amazing landscape.
Sergey, with the help of Nikolai's unrivaled knowledge, has deployed a network of photo and video camera traps. Since its inception, the land of the Leopard National Park has managed to triple the numbers of Amur leopards.
So from here, Sergey, do the leopards start from over there and then come this way and then move on?
Never know.
Right.
Tracks walking past the camera offer hope for an early success. But when it comes to wildlife, even the best laid plans don't always reap the desired results.
I want to cry, really.
How close was she to the camera traps?
Yes, it was on the road. It's
Like
yes, but
5
because
meters.
our camera does not work at night.
Disappointing.
Lucky is very close.
Yeah, very close, but not quite close enough.
Camera traps are a clean way of gathering critical data in the park's conservation efforts. But alternatives are available.
Собираю экскременты. Жалко, что ли, для науки? Для науки ничего не жалко. Ну, начинается гурманские.
Each piece of evidence is vital to this important piece of work, and each photo is shared with the park's science department to create a huge database of images. Finally, the team get a glimmer of hope.
You managed to see anything? Oh, right there.
Amur leopard with snow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
My dream.
She seems okay with the snow.
Yes.
Wow. Sergey, this is awesome. You pleased?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
fantastic.
like it. My dream. Snow and Amur leopard.
Fantastic.
And once the success starts to come, it doesn't stop. Over the seasons, the team managed to film amazing imagery of these two predators surviving around each other, and more than that, thriving in these lands. For this incredibly rare leopard, every cub born marks a crucial landmark. Their hard work helps the Frozen Planet 2 team achieve intimate images never seen before, and they get a privileged view of how big predators can exist together in one forest.
Фотография, так же как и документальный фильм, это тихое оружие. Я оптимист и надеюсь, что через 5-10 лет в этих лесах будет ходить уже 200 кошек.
As long as the amazing work of the park continues, the future of these cats is safe.
Dale has told us horror stories of tents flying off across the ice.
This is easily the most difficult diving I've ever done.
The quest to film ancient and otherworldly life forms on our planet took the team to Lake Untersee, the most remote dive location on Earth. Lake Untersee is one of the largest freshwater lakes in eastern Antarctica. The ice that covers its surface never melts. After weeks of trouble just getting to the research base, the team continues for another 140 kilometers, transporting almost a ton of specialist equipment.
More humans have touched down on the surface of the moon than have dived in this lake.
The first task is to set up camp, and the only place for that is on the frozen surface of the lake.
So what we're doing now is putting the tents up and then weighting them down, because the wind can kick up within 2 minutes, no notice, 100 miles an hour, and literally blow the camp down. So we can't move without securing everything.
Beneath 3 meters of solid ice, Lake Untersee is home to living giant stromatolites. A life form so hardy it can exist in even the most extreme conditions. They have survived freezing temperatures here for thousands of years.
This is the only place on the planet where we have the formation of these large conical stromatolites growing to the extent that they do. This is what makes this lake just so wonderful to study.
After 3 days of drilling, the hole is wide enough for the divers. Camera operators Justin and Hugh suit up for their dive in some of the most dangerous waters in the world. With everything in place, the team get ready to dive. Justin and Hugh have special rebreather apparatus to allow them to stay under for longer. Their kit is checked and double-checked, as defective equipment could prove fatal. Finally, they're ready.
You ready, Justin?
I'm very ready. I've never been so excited to get into really cold water.
The water is just above freezing. The divers are expected to be underwater for 90 minutes.
Okay, let's get this camera on it.
But just minutes into the dive, Justin's breather gear develops a fault. 3 days from civilization and help, they need to get him out fast. A leak can mix with the equipment and create a liquid that could burn Justin's mouth and lungs. The team on the surface can do nothing except remain as calm as possible and help lead Justin back to the hole in the ice. The longer Justin is under, the higher his chances of severe injury.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, but
Justin's been lucky. He aborted the dive in good time, but they won't be able to dive again today.
it was totally fine. And then when we started to descend, water came forward into my inhale, and it was spicy, chemically water. Yeah.
It's been a disappointing day, but their troubles are far from over. As the wind picks up, it heralds a major Antarctic storm. The team are confined to their tents, and the storm rages into the following day for a full 24 hours.
Dale has told us horror stories of tents flying off across the ice. It's going to be a really long night.
When the weather clears the next day, the team need to fix the damage.
Our dive hole's filled with snow, and I gotta dig it out.
Finally, conditions are perfect. Justin's gear has been repaired and it's time for another attempt. What they finally see below is beyond their wildest imagination. Giant stromatolites. Ancient living organisms that have taken thousands of years to grow. They first appeared closer in time to the formation of Earth 3.5 billion years ago than the present day. Living fossils thriving in one of the world's most extreme locations.
It feels like you're entering a portal to a different world when you go through that hole in the ice. And then you get down there and it looks like something you've never seen in your entire life.
Scientists hope that studying these giant stromatolites in such a hostile environment will help us understand if there could be life on icy worlds beyond our own.
This lake is really, really unique. So it's important that we understand what's in the lake right now. So when we go to other places outside of our own planet, it will also help prod those questions as to looking for life that we don't know about.
This small hole in the ice of Lake Untersee could prove to be a window into undiscovered secrets on other planets.
The team's mission here is to ride alongside the dolphins and record their surfing behavior in closer detail than ever before. These are treacherous seas, so the film crew enlist local professional surfers to guide them. But this year, the waves are bigger than anyone had anticipated. A daunting prospect for surf cameraman Chris Bryan.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty nervous. It's a big swell out there. Really big swell, like there's 20-foot waves out there, and yeah, this will probably be the biggest seas I think I've ever been out in. No risk, no reward, I guess.
Chris has a high-speed camera to shoot super slow-motion action in the waves. The challenge is to get as close to the wave-riding dolphins as possible. The good news is that the dolphins have been spotted on the horizon.
They said this was going to be the biggest swell of the year, and hey, I've never seen anything like this. This is much bigger than I'd possibly imagined.
In these waves, the only way to get out to the dolphins is with a jet ski.
There's going to be enough of a challenge for them just to kind of weave their way out.
At last, the driver's detailed knowledge gets them safely through the massive breakers. But the dolphins are nowhere to be seen, leaving the crew to face the hair-raising task of getting back to shore.
How's that? That was pretty wild, yeah. The wave actually hit the back of the sled, and I was like, go, get out of here, James, get out of here. Hit a big bump and almost bounced off, trying to hold the camera, and just rode out of there. But yeah, it was hectic. Just another day at the office.
The next day brings a sudden change in conditions. Plenty of dolphins, but a calmer sea.
With a complete lack of any wave at all. They'll come, they'll come, they'll come.
As so often in the ocean, if you know you're in the right place, you just need the patience to wait for the perfect moment.
This is the point of view where we try to see the sea lions coming, jumping over the water. If they are definitely coming very close, they say action, action, or rock and roll.
3 hours later,
Richard, ahí viene. Unos 150 metros al hueco.
the aerial team are first up. It's a sea lion chasing tuna into the bay.
Oh, he's got it, he's got it. Unbelievable. Look at that, he's still struggling. Holy moly. He's lost him.
The tuna gives the sea lion the slip. Over the coming days, more sea lions arrive in the cove, chasing in yellowfin tuna.
Yeah. Ooh! Rich, there's more tuna and another sea lion. There's like 6 tuna in the bay here.
One sea lion has caught Richard's attention, and he has affectionately called him Tag Boy.
He's really different. He's like a prolific hunter. He's really agile. It's just fascinating to watch and see the picture emerge about who he is.
From above, the drone is revealing how the group of sea lions are hunting together.
From the air, we really see the strategy of the sea lions and see them with their individual roles as well. Tag Boy stays off in the middle of the channel to make sure none of them escape. Everyone's got a role, and they're really a team in bringing them together.
Although the sea lions have been hunting in the shallows, the crew are yet to see them drive a tuna onto the beach. And to make matters worse, the sea lions aren't alone in this cove. Galapagos sharks, each 2 meters long.
The shark almost beached itself and stole the tuna from the big sea lion, who's now really angry.
Despite the sharks, to reveal the full story, Richard needs to get in the water.
Classic shark attack scenario. Blood in the water, shallow, and easy mistaken identity.
Watch your hands, Robbie.
The crew gain some protection from chainmail suits.
There's a lot of sharks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sharks now.
With so much blood in the water, the sharks go into a feeding frenzy.
Make mincemeat of these tuna in seconds. To be so close to something so unbelievably ferocious and dangerous, quite frankly, was amazing. It's nice to be able to hide behind all this.
been worth it, hasn't it? 5 days of hell for this?
Yeah. I need a few more penguins.
You need a few more. My hands aren't really designed for polar diving, but for some reason I still decided I wanted to do it. It just feels like the whole finger is turning to ice, and once you've reached that point, you know, when you come back up it's going to be quite painful, which it is right now.
We had quite a major setback this morning. We were trying to film some penguins, and a leopard seal decided to use the boat as a chew toy, and it's ripped quite a couple of big holes in the boat. So that's an end to diving for now, which is a real shame because we're running out of time.
These are some of the toughest conditions I've ever had to work in. The temperatures are obviously really, really cold. The water's 0 degrees. That makes the cameras not perform properly. They fog up. The batteries don't last as long. In such stormy weather, big swell has come through and churned up everything. So there's not a lot going for us right now. The stuff's just not built to be put through such tough conditions, really. I've been here almost 2 weeks now, but finally this morning I got to watch the sort of strategy that the leopard seal has when he's hunting. So they were all in there and they were streaming out through here. And he comes up there just as it was getting on the beach. You see, it was pretty wide, but poor thing. He's a very, very clever hunter. He knows exactly what he's doing. Very impressive to see. It's a little bit sobering thinking about what happened with the boat being bitten. I think it's all it's got to investigate anything is its mouth, so it's probably just coming up and tasting things, but it bit the boat a bit hard and ended up going through it. But it is worrying because if it did the same to me, it could make a pretty good similarly sized gash in my leg, so we do have to be a little bit careful.
Phenomenal. Just wow. Furious race. At one point, one orca was coming up and it must have had a seal in its mouth, and the other orca came up and did a handbrake turn and was like, and they went nose to nose. This one's swimming forwards, this one's swimming backwards, and they're sharing a seal. It was ridiculous. But it's amazing how tender they are. One catches a seal and then they all gently share it with one another and with the baby. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Just wow.
We are right now with a pod of orcas, and I've just taken a picture of one orca that's been tagged, and it means that it's one of those orcas that has been released here in the Russian Far East. That means that despite all the arguments from the captive industry, orcas actually can be released and safely returned into their natural environment and live happy life in where they belong to.
So we've just met the scientists who were based here, and they've been here for 3 months and they've seen one snow leopard which was 2 miles away. So that was a slightly sobering piece of news. First day and we've got the snow leopards. Wow, that looks fantastic. Now, we had a really good first few days of the shoot. Now we're into the reality of snow leopards, and it's been 5 days now since we've seen one.
I think I'm going to make a vow not to shave until I see a snow leopard, which could prove to be a mistake because we've still got another month here. It's been about a week today, has been another slow day, almost 2 weeks now.
Nearly 3 weeks now.
3 weeks? This is getting a bit ridiculous now. As far as I can tell, there aren't any around here.
We are getting slightly desperate here.
I've spent the last month trying to film a rock-coloured cat amongst a mountain range of cat-coloured rocks, and surprisingly enough, so far I've been unsuccessful. About to see my first ever snow leopard. Apparently if I look through here, there's a snow leopard on a carcass, so here we go. I don't see it. Oh, I see it, there it is. Now you can shave your beard. I can shave now.
One of the things that is peculiar to this place is that there are just so many vultures around that the leopard has to continually protect its prey during the daytime, or else it will be destroyed. Once the vultures come down, they just demolish a huge carcass in a very short space of time. The leopard was being persecuted by these magpies that would sort of hop around it, and they'd sort of creep up and try and grab little bits of the carcass. And then every now and again the leopard would jump out with all its fury and try and grab one, or at least scare them away.
dust cloud.
A dust cloud?
Yeah, there's something going on.
Oh, yeah. That's a big shark.
Oh.
Oh.
There it is.
Ada Rybakov. We're at 750 meters. We found the whale carcass and enormous six-gill sharks. We estimate them about 6 meters long. Over.
Okay, copy that.
Listen.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at the size.
It's huge. I've never seen anything like this. This is unbelievable. They're biting each other.
This one, absolutely. Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh. Look at this on the left. Oh, God.
Bigger.
What?
Oh, God.
Oh, he's pushing us. Did you see this? I went backwards and he was pushing us to the front. The submarine is very strong, but they're so big, strong, that I'm a little bit afraid. Oh. Move away. Go!
Why are you up so early? Where are we going?
We're going to film some bees, and we have to be ready to go before the bees wake up. It is now 10 minutes after 5. We're on our way to Tumamak Hill. We're in coronavirus kind of lockdown. My daughter Jai, who's never helped me before, got to help because it had to be some member of the same household working with me.
If you're wondering why I am out here helping my dad, it's because of the coronavirus and my internship was canceled, like so many other people's. But I think it's just super amazing and incredible that I can come out into nature with special permission and help my dad on this shoot. We've been doing some great bonding. It's awesome. When I tell my friends that I'm helping my dad film bees, they think that it's just honeybees and that they're gonna just sting me, and they get really freaked out. And it's just like when I'm out here and I'm seeing them out in the wild, totally different perspective. They're just really, really cool to look at and learn more about and get right up and really close to. It's really incredible.
It's totally amazing. I never thought that I would discover anything new, but I see new things that people haven't studied before. I film something and show the scientist and he's like, whoa, I've never seen that before. And it's really exciting and satisfying to think I'm the first person to actually maybe not observe something, but record something that's never been seen before, never been recorded before.
I think there's a bee on my ear. Is there a bee on my ear?
There's a gnat on your ear.
Oh, it's a gnat. Okay, we're good. Favorite thing about the shoot was falling in love with the bees. You get kind of attached because they're kind of funny in the way they act and how they have different personalities. But you just fall in love with the little things they do, and it's just super cool. The more and more I'm out here, it feels like the more I get attuned with the bees. It's just every little sound I can pick it up with my ears and kind of have an idea of what they're doing, whether that's mating or fighting or a bee ball. It's pretty exciting. Plus I have way better ears than these guys, but don't tell them I said that.
You thought Dad had an easy job, and now you realize, whoa, Dad's job is a real job. It's
pretty much. I definitely have a lot more respect because
So we've just come to the woods to see one of the research areas where a research scientist has been monitoring the squirrels, but we know that there's been bears through here occasionally, so just got to make a little bit of noise on the way in. In theory they should just run off, but you never know. So this is one of the research areas the scientists have been using just to monitor the squirrels, and there's a couple of camera traps that are on the station here so we can see how many squirrels are coming. But we noticed on one of these a bear has come and just pushed it over. From the look of the footage we've got off the camera traps, it looks like the squirrels are coming across here onto this large tree in the middle and then just gliding straight into the main tree here and then coming down. The cameras we're using are really sensitive to light, but we've got a couple of lights that we're reflecting in just to mimic the moonlight that's out. So we like to set these lights up before it gets dark, just so there's nothing just illuminating the forest. I think it's better that it gets dark and this area just stays light, and that seems to be the best way of getting the squirrels in. It's quite amazing when the squirrels come in, because they come in so quietly. They flash in overhead and make you jump sometimes, land on a tree right beside you, but they're so quick. It's quite hard sometimes to get the camera on them and get them in focus before they're straight out again. We've got one particular character called Norbert. He's a bit chubbier than the others, and he seems to like coming in and acting for us, really. So he comes in and walks right up to the camera. We think it's because he can see his reflection. He seems to enjoy stancing at himself and having a pose, which is why we quite like Norbert, because he comes in and seems to want to have a little chat with you before he scurries off again. One of the most unusual things about these squirrels is that they fluoresce under UV light. So when you think you see a glimpse of one, you can turn a torch on and then they shine bright pink. We're noticing the squirrels, when they come down these trees just here, and quite often they're scurrying down this central log and then they're jumping off into the moss, digging around for truffles and then running off again. So what's particularly funny is sometimes when the squirrels come along, in particular Norbert, he comes along and when he's digging for food, he sticks his head straight in and it pulls his hair backwards every time when he comes up, so he looks hilarious. So you might think we're doing a story about squirrels, but actually this is all about a truffle. So the squirrels are coming down and they're not quite sure why they're getting so excited, but there's a truffle in the ground here that gives off pheromones that squirrels are very much attracted to because they think it's a mate, and they come down and they dig up the truffles and then race off with them through the forest, probably eat them, and that spreads the spores all through the forest. Just got the shot. Norbert the squirrel's come in, he's dug up a truffle, he's turned around in frame, grabbed it in his mouth and run straight up a tree. So yeah, amazing. Just packing up at the end of the shoot, ready to go back. Everything's gone well, and even Norbert's come to say goodbye. There he is. Norbert, well done, thanks. That's a wrap.